Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is the unsurprising announcement that PK and Dorit Kemsley are calling it quits, they are separating after 9 years of marriage. Of course, we would never want a marriage to break up. This isn't good news, but it's also not surprising news. So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's go. So, to preface this, and this is from Reality Blurb, don't forget that there was the blind item that came out, or the articles and the blind items, where everyone was basically saying producers went to Dorit and were like, listen, you're not going to get a diamond. You're not going to get your check if you don't be honest about you and PK not living together. PK living in a hotel in Beverly Hills, you two not being together. You guys are separated, 4 months. Unless you start being honest about the state of your marriage, then you're going to be demoted. Maybe we'll give you 3 or 4 episodes as a friend of, but you're not getting your checks and you're not going to get a diamond. Oh, half a week later, a couple of days later, boom, right before filming, they're announcing that they have called it quits and they're splitting up. I think they know that being honest about the state of their marriage, one, it's juicier, not because we want people to get divorced, like absolutely not, but the fact that the truth is always juicier than a lie. When you're being transparent, when you're being honest, when you're being vulnerable, people can relate to that. People can root for you. People can connect to that than pretending that you're something that you're not. Unfortunately, it might be getting divorced. Who knows? I have other speculations about why I think they're splitting up, but we'll dive more into that after these details. So this is from Reality Blurb. It says Dorit Kemsley and her husband, Paul P.A. Kemsley, confirmed they've separated with a joint statement on Instagram on Thursday. Less than 2 months after celebrating their 9-year anniversary, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills couple, who share 2 children, son Jagger, who was 10, and daughter Phoenix, who was 8, announced that they are taking time apart to reevaluate their relationship. Quote, we as a couple have been subject to a lot of speculation about our marriage. Well, yeah, duh. I mean, for me, I'm always shocked and gagged. I don't know why. When celebrities, particularly reality stars, are like, there's so much speculation about my life and my marriage. Well, yeah, duh. You're on a show called The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Speculating about your marriage is literally our job. Showing us your marriage is literally yours. So knock it off with like, we've been subject to a lot of speculation. Yeah, that's why Bravo pays you. That's why we watch. Pipe down. Let's keep going. We have had our struggles over the last few years and continue to work through them as 2 people who love each other and share 2 amazing children together. To safeguard our deep friendship and maintain a harmonious environment for our children, we have made the mutual and difficult decision to take some time apart and reevaluate our relationship while we prioritize our children, they wrote on May 9th. They added, we appreciate your love and support while we continue to do the work necessary throughout this journey. Okay, a couple of things. Coming up on this season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which is season 14, which just started filming, we're going to need PK and Dorit to be honest about why they're separating. Not just that they are, but why. Is it cheating? Is it Dorit and Mauricio? Is it PK and other women? What about the woman that was allegedly in his car when he got his DUI? Is it money related? PK has had issues with gambling, with debt, with bankruptcy. Is it because the money no longer resides? Is the money all gone? What does he do for work? His real estate show that was on in the UK that got canceled. Is it money? Is it infidelity? Is it lack of communication, not being together? Like, what are the reasons why you're separating needs to be discussed. We have to know what's going on. It's also been leaked that PK apparently, or allegedly rather, like stormed out of a scene that he was filming with Mauricio. I don't know if this is them like, pump faking us, like PK and Mauricio have some type of like confrontation about the cheating rumors, or when it airs, it's going to be something totally different, and PK and Mauricio are going to be fine. Word on the street is that they actually went to some music festival called Cruel World. I mean, talk about late in life, midlife crisis for these guys, getting divorces and living in hotels and living in penthouses and bachelor pads, going on, music festivals. Yikes, they're all doing the absolute most. Who knows? So I want to know what's going on there. And then also, I wonder if they're splitting, yes, because of the alleged ultimatum by Bravo producers, either you tell the truth or you don't come back. But maybe it's that also the sort of like, maybe there's something going on, and I hope this isn't true, but with PK and like lawsuits or fraud or something, or a bankruptcy coming down the line where Dorit is trying to extract herself from it legally and financially. There might be something going on there. We've seen this happen before, Erica Jane Girardi and Tom Girardi. We've seen it, all the time, where the couple that frauds together, they usually don't stay together on paper because they want the wife to be able to keep the money, keep the properties, not go to jail, not go to court, not be subpoenaed, all of that stuff. So I wonder if it's the money's gone, there might be some infidelity, and maybe there's something legal looming in the back that they're trying to get ahead of by, quote, separating. Who knows? Who knows? And, it'll hopefully come out in season 14. I hope it's nothing too bad. I want a lighter season, but I want a real season. So when I talk about wanting to know why are they separating, why are they might get divorced, what's going on, it's not from a place of I want them to, or I hope they do, or let's get some dirt. It's just, if you're going to be on these shows and you're, going to be on reality TV, at least show us something real that we can relate to and that we can root for. That's what I mean by it. So I don't want it to be negative and dark, but I do want it to be authentic and true. Unfortunately, sometimes those two are the same thing. Hopefully not too dark this time. Okay. News of Dorit and PK's confirmation comes just over a week after a source told the Daily Mail that Dorit would be demoted from her full-time role on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills if she didn't own up to her marital turmoil with PK. Quote, Dorit wants to be a full-time cast member on the show, but she does not want to explain that she is on a break with PK and he has temporarily moved out of the house, their source said. She really does not want to be seen as a single mother in Beverly Hills because once you're labeled that, you don't get invited to as many parties, you lose friends, you are an insider. I think they meant you are an outsider. Newsflash, and the gag is, Dorit, you've never been a true insider. I'm sorry, you're not. People think of you sort of as a grifter, as sort of, cosplaying a rich lady. I 100% think that you probably didn't want to say you're splitting up for whatever reason. And also, you need the check from all of the sources and reports. You and PK are broke. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying this is what is out there. Again, all of this is entertainment and allegations and allegedly and opinion based. But word on the curb is that you guys are broke. So I'm sure that Bravo check is probably keeping a lot of things afloat. I think that's the reason why you're homeschooling your children. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. If I had children and I couldn't afford to put them in a private school, I would probably homeschool them over putting them in a public school. Not because I think the education necessarily is so bad at public schools, but that part of it, but then also like the pew, situations with, schools, and it's dangerous out there. Like, I don't want to get too much into it, but I understand that fear. And to me, I think that if they had the money, they would put their children in private school. But because they don't have the money, Dorit is using her PTSD as an excuse as to why she wants to homeschool them. And I think PK is using, oh, I want my children to be around normal kids and have a normal experience. What? PK, like, who in the world, if you want your children to have a normal experience, you're not going to be on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, okay? You're not going to be on reality show after reality show, dipping it and doing it. Your PK's excuse is, I want my kids to have a normal experience. Let's put them in public school. AKA, we don't have the money for a private school. Dorit, I have PTSD. I don't want the kids to go to any school at all. AKA, we don't have enough money for private school. That's my opinion. That's what I think. Put it down below. Okay. She also does not want the world to know she failed at her marriage. And the kids don't really know they are on a break either. They think Papa has just taken some time away from the home for business. She worries about the kids, the insider at it. That I agree with. I do think she probably is worried about her children. I think that's pretty normal. Any couple with children, particularly younger children, are worried about how are they going to react to the separation? Are they going to be able to adjust, all of the change? So I think that makes sense. And I think parents usually want to protect their children for as long as possible. Shortly thereafter, however, a source denied the report to Radar Online, saying that Dorit will not be downgraded on the show and that fans will see her on season 14, and adding that PK had, quote, not moved out. So again, gotta check these sources because apparently that source was incorrect. Now all of a sudden, yeah, she's back filming because of the ultimatum. She came out and said her and PK are separated. So then she got her diamond, just like the first one said. In October of the last year, when separations first began swirling, Dorit and PK denied that they were still together and working on their marriage. We have had some challenging years. I think they meant deny that they weren't still together and that they were working on their marriage. Anyway, we have had some challenging years while we openly discuss in the upcoming season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they said in a statement to In Touch Weekly magazine. We remain committed to working through these issues as a united couple for our family. We have not separated, nor are we planning to do so. That's right. They deny that they were separating. Rather, we are focused on healing, making changes, and doing the things that many couples have to do at some point in their marriage. We would be grateful for everyone's understanding. We are doing what we can to focus on the best interests of our family, as opposed to spending our time contending with rumors and hearsay that are not true. Love, Dorit and PK. Well, that turned out not to be so true. But as we know, season 14 is currently filming right now. Also, I want to know what's going to happen with Dorit and Kyle this season. I want to know if the Dorit and Mauricio cheating allegations are going to be addressed this season. I want to know if we're going to get a sneak peek into Kyle and Mauricio's marriage, well, lack thereof as well, what really happened there. I think that'll be really, really interesting. And I think it's going to be a good season. I hope everybody comes. I hope everybody brings it. I want it to be real and raw and authentic, but not deep, dark, and trying to destroy or expose people. No, but getting to the core of what's going on and really being able to connect, I think would be really great. So as always, I want to know what you guys think. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I think a big reason why as well, Dorit and PK sort of the core split of their marriage, I think, came when we all know that Dorit said that her house was burglarized. In my opinion, I'm not saying this is a fact by any means. In my personal opinion, I think that was an insurance scam. And I think that was the last straw for Dorit. I think she knows that her children are getting older. I think that she's tired of being broke. I think that she's tired of scamming. And I think she's ready for some stability in her life. I think she wants to get a man who she's more physically attracted to. I think she wants to get a man who has real money. And I think she wants to feel more secure for her and her children. And I think the whole fake robbery for the insurance money to pay off PK's millions and millions of dollars of gambling debt was the last straw for her, because he had her involved. He had the children involved. He had her looking real stupid on these streets. Like, what robber just gives you your phone back and is just so nice and kind? The police report never mentioned a weapon, but yet she's going around saying that they were armed. Well, you're saying that these robbers were armed, but yet the police report makes no mention of a weapon. Which one is it, Dorit? She's out on these streets looking real crazy. So I think that was I think their marriage wasn't troubled, but I think that was the nail in the coffin. So as always, I want to know what you guys think. I'm actually looking forward to season 14. I think it's going to be juicy. I think it's going to be good. I'm happy they got rid of Anna Marie. I'm already missing Crystal. What do you guys think about that? So put it down below. And as we know, two newbies that are rumored is Eva Laura, I think her name is, if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. She is the actress from CSI Miami. And then also Bozoma St. John. She is an author and is the ex chief marketing officer of Netflix. Those are the two new diamond holders, allegedly, who have started filming. We'll see if they become friends of or if they become full-time diamond holders and what they bring to the show. And with that, you guys, as always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.